What's up, Flomies? This is Jesse Hart of Full Circle Phenomenal here at the Winken Sanctuary in Cacahuatan, Chiapas, and that's southeastern Mexico, representing the Sacred Flow Art channel. I got a request to do a video on different types of tethers. And though we could spend a really long time on this, as there's a lot of specifics, I'm going to do my best to go through this in just a few minutes. So without further ado, often we start with sock poi. These are knee-high stockings that I got from the Dollar Tree. They're really slick. They stretch out over time, as they often start pretty short, as we want, on average, our tether to be the length of from the base of our thumb down to the crook of our shoulder or our armpit. These are a little bit shorter than that. And you can use any sort of socks. These are just regular tube socks. They even make particular socks for official sock poi. And I like them, but they stretch out over time. Eventually you'll wear a hole in the bottom, especially if you scuff them a few times. But they're a good way to get started with poi. They're soft on your hands. They're easy to do relatively all the tricks, except for the orbitals. As orbitals, it's nice to be able to have a ball swivel. After sock poi, I graduated into a pair that my friend Josh Tempest gave to me, and these are large contact poi with ball handles and a rope tether. And this rope tether is really nice. It's super durable. Like, I've had these for over 5 years now, and they barely look like they've worn at all. On the not-so-plus side, I don't like them rubbing up against my fingers here, since it doesn't have a ball swivel. When I'm doing anything with my fingers close to around the tether, it wears on my skin pretty good. Now, some people might practice so much that they develop calluses. I guess I haven't done that as much and tend to take care of my skin really often. I have pretty soft hands. These next one are probably my favorite overall, at least for the day props. I'm not exactly sure what the official name is. I looked it up, and I think that they're ultra tethers. At least this is the type of ultra tether. These ones from Home of Poi, these smaller contact poi with the ultra tether and a ball swivel is really nice. This ultra tether is really nice in that it's soft. There's no seam in it. It stretches a little bit. These ones from Flow Toys, these pod poi, stretch a little bit more and are a little bit thinner. They're gray. Also, they're pod rope dart, made with the same. I really like this. It's soft on your hands. It really doesn't burn if you're doing something quick with the rope dart in and out of your hands. Seems to be very durable. I haven't seen any problems with it whatsoever. These ones were gifted to me and someone did a little sew job, but it didn't seem to bother the tethers at all. Next is the different metal ones. These ones are some glow poi with some chain tethers, which I kind of like. They're different. These ones have some finger grips, but the metal tethers, here's a pair. Here's my original pair of chain tethers from my first fire poi from Home of Poi, and they're like ball connector links. And then this one I also got, I believe, from Home of Poi, and they're similar to these ones, but as you can see, the chains are a little bit different. I like these because they're really durable, obviously, but they don't feel so good on the skin, and they're really heavy, so it's a little bit more difficult to maneuver and very challenging to get them to link. I mean, with enough practice, even, but to link for orbitals is, as you can see, really quite challenging. Then you've got Kevlar leashes. I just have this one for my fire rope dart. This is nice because it's fireproof, essentially. I mean, you can burn it if you really try, but I've caught these on fire a few times with some leaky wicks that got some fuel down on it, and it hardly bothered it at all. This is nice, super durable, thick, but with the rope dart in particular, I have to be careful because the friction will burn my hands fairly easily. So just being light on that. But then there are the overall favorite pick as far as any of the tethers are concerned, and these are called Technora. They're fire-resistant rope-type tethers that I got from Dark Monk, and I think they're the most expensive of all the tethers, but they're worth it, and I've had my students buy them and just interchange out the wicks with glow poi, contact poi, and so on, just because they're really good for all different types. They're soft on your hands. They're obviously very resistant towards flame and things like that. They don't break down just like these original rope tethers that I had. These ones in particular I really like because there's the option of doing a 3-inch or so handle tether with a ball swivel on it. And that makes really easy for doing your orbitals, doing all sorts of different tricks that require the tethers to touch around each other. That requires a lot less resistance. And then a new type of tether developed by my partner Catherine at Infinite Cummings. These are called cuddle poi, made out of yarn from around the world. As we continue to travel around the world, she's collecting different types of yarn, getting requests on different orders to make custom poi. These are really nice. They're medium weight to lightweight. They're really soft, so the problem of hitting yourself if you're learning is not an issue anymore, because these do not hurt whatsoever, even less than the sock poi. And they're a cool, unique idea, and she sells them for about $40 US, depending, and can do a custom order. She's going to, in time, develop the poi balls into little animals and creatures and stuff like that too, so I'm looking forward to that. I like these too, and she creates basically wrist holders that you can either put around your wrists or around your fingers, or you can hold the knot. These ones too don't have the ball swivels on them, so they're a little bit harder to do orbitals. They stretch a little bit, but she's getting better and making them more solid all the time. Haven't had any rip or anything like that yet. And everybody that she sold them to has been very satisfied. So that's about it for the tethers. And I know that there's other tethers out there. I taught a class of a bunch of kids who had spin balls. I don't particularly like those tethers on them. They're almost like strings. They're very, very thin. They get tangled up really easy, and they're super light. It's kind of the opposite of the metal, whereas the metal is pretty heavy. The string tethers are really light, easy to get tangled up, harder to maneuver. But that's just a maybe personal preference for me. Overall, the Technora tethers are really worth it, and these ultra tethers, or whatever this style is called, this slightly stretchy polyester, are definitely the picks. If you have any other questions, we're going to be going through a series of tutorials on props themselves so that you can make your best educated decision if you're ready to buy your first set of poi or rope dart or whatever you decide. You can use my code FULLCIRCLE at checkout at the Sacred Flow Art Shop for a discount. And if you'd like to continue to follow along with these tutorials, like and subscribe. You can also, if you're interested in Catherine and my journey driving around the world, follow the hashtag on Facebook or Instagram, Unite the World Firsthand. And if you would like to further collaborate with us, receive private lessons, postcards from around the world, please reach out. You can go check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/Unite the World Firsthand. Thank you very much. Have a great one.